Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We're just going to wait a few minutes before we get started to allow people the opportunity to click on the link and join us. So we'll just wait a few more minutes. Thanks. Hi, everyone in the chat. We're going to get started in just a couple more minutes. I had you muted earlier, so can you let me know if you can hear me now? Thank you. Heather or Lisa, anyone who's in the chat, once again, let me know if you can hear me now. Thank you. Excellent. Thanks so much, everyone.
What time is it? 12:03? 12:03. I just wouldn't want to miss all my invaluable words of wisdom.
Sue is joking, but her words of wisdom are cherished by many.
Yeah, right.
And so we want to make sure that anyone who wants to hear it gets the opportunity to hear it. We'll just give it a couple more minutes. Thanks, everyone. Yes, we muted again. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Welcome to the 2021 WACPC Dance Regional Results Live Show here. It's a variety hour, right, with Sue and I. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We welcome the opportunity to give these results to you, and we are doing so in a live stream fashion. So we tested it earlier, and hopefully we'll be free from technical difficulties. It's my pleasure at this time to present to you the president of the WACPC, Sue Putra.
Thank you, Eric. There are some things that Lisa can be a little familiar this year, and one is our illustrious announcer. So thank you for joining us. Today, I've spent a lot of time reflecting on this past year and even on this past day. Certainly, there have been some really wonderful things that have happened and some things that I would describe as quite harrowing. I could dwell on all the disappointments that have happened since last March, but I'm just not going to do that because fortunately, those things are in the past and that is not where we're headed, and it's not where you're headed. We're headed to the future. And so I would prefer that we focus on that. I have witnessed teams this year who were begging for an opportunity to have tryouts. They were begging for an opportunity to practice as an entire team instead of as pods, to record their competition so that it could be judged virtually, to travel to a spectator free competition that felt somewhat strange without anybody cheering you on. And yet, I have witnessed teams persevering. Sometimes it seems like we in the dance community have had to fight to remove many of the obstacles that have just come our way this year, and we've had to fight hard. I have learned a few things, like lately especially, there is no tech support much available at schools on the weekend. Hmm. Also, schools are not used to pushing out a very wide broadband of information. Complicated. Hmm. I have learned how to use YouTube just very recently. And I am thinking that maybe, when all of this is done, my future will be as the next Madison Beer or James Charles, just a slightly younger version, for those of you who know who they are. I am reminded today of the words of Confucius. You know, you wouldn't get by without a quote from me. Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. And we as dancers, as coaches, as leaders, we have failed, but we have been rising up every time we fall. Just think, Confucius lived in the 6th century before Christ, some 2,600 years ago. He wasn't recognized as being great or popular or particularly smart until after he died. But what he stood for all those years ago is so much like what we all stand for right now. We stand for kindness, having good manners, practicing good morals, valuing our families, being righteous, having integrity, goodness, and least but not last, being loyal, having loyalty. It's hard to believe that these ideas and guiding principles are still so important today. As always, as is my custom, I would ask you dancers now who are watching, please thank your parents, your teachers, your teammates, and most of all, your coaches for rising up, for being kind, for being totally loyal to your well being. Some of you today may view these results as a reward for a job well done. Kudos to you. Some of you may view the subjective judging of your artistry and athleticism as failure. I would challenge you to reframe that thought. And just remember my closing thought. And remember, your glory is not, it's not in falling down. It is rising up every time we fall. Yesterday, we had the opportunity to recognize many of our seniors in the senior slides that were broadcast on your live stream. There were a few that were omitted for one reason or another. PDFs didn't exactly transfer very well, and there were a few other difficulties. Even my own beloved Maggie Peel was left out of the live stream. The person who actually sent hers in first to me, Maggie, I am so sorry. And I apologize that there is no music with this, but technology being what it is, I am not pushing my luck. I would like to share these slides with you, and then Eric is going to take over and do the awards. I also would be remiss if I didn't thank the WACPC board, who has been working overtime. Zoom has become our life. We have Zoomed 8 or more times a month for the last several months trying to make this work. And I want to especially thank Julie Ponko, who did all the tabulation yesterday, figured out the wild cards for us, has taken care of registration, what was missing. I can't even tell you how many hours that woman has spent on the computer trying to make this happen. So thank you, Julie. We were able to award 5 wild cards as a result of yesterday's. So thank you for the idea that came from our members for instituting a wild card. And now I want to remind you the results will be posted after this, and the score sheets for each of you coaches will be in your folders after 5 p.m. And now for the slides, and then Eric.
All right. So as Sue said, we're going to mute you as we go through these slides. Apologize for the no music, but we can't really afford to take any chances on a YouTube content strike for copyright violations. So I'm going to share my screen with everyone on the stream, and we'll run through these slides and honor more of our seniors.
Yes, we are.
All right, everyone. I apologize. It sounds like the slides were not showing up as we were going through, so we may try to come back to them at the end. We don't want to delay any further by doing any technical troubleshooting live on the fly here. So we're going to move on to the awards portion of the program. Here's how these things are going to go. The awards will be announced division by division, starting with Division 5 POM, and I will announce the results for each respective regional, starting with virtual and then moving on to the physical sites. And then we will move on to D4 POM and so on and so forth. So without further ado, we will start in Division 5 POM with our virtual regional. 2 teams qualifying for state. Second place in virtual regional D5 POM is Cumberland. And earning the virtual regional champion title in Division 5 POM, it's Palmyra Eagle. Moving on to D5 POM in the central region. 3 teams placing. Third place goes to River Ridge. In second place, it's Pepin Alma. And your Division 5 POM regional champion in the central region is Aquinas. Next, we move to the eastern region in Division 5 POM, 3 teams placing. Third place goes to New Holstein. Second place is St. Mary Springs. And taking first place in the eastern region in D5 POM, it's Laconia. Next, we move to the southern regional D5 POM. And in first place, it's Kenosha St. Joseph's. On we go to the western regional and D5 POM. Third place goes to Colfax. Earning second place, it's Cameron. And your regional champion in the western region for D5 POM is St. Croix Falls. On we go to Division 4 POM. Starting in the virtual region, 2 places. In second place, it's Omro. And earning your virtual regional championship in D4 POM, it's Osceola. Next, we move to Division 4 POM, Central Region. Third place goes to Adams Friendship. Earning second place in Division 4 POM in the Central Region is Edgewood. And your Division 4 POM Central Region champion is Gail Ettrick Trempolo. Next, we move to the Eastern Regional in D4 POM. 3 places, and in third place, it's Wrightstown. Second place in the Eastern Region in the Division 4 POM. Second place goes to Campbellsport. And your Division 4 POM champion in the Eastern Region is Little Chute. Next, we move to the Southern Regional in D4 POM. 3 teams placing. And in third place, it's Lake Country Lutheran. Earning second place in D4 POM, it's Beloit Turner. And your Southern Regional champion in Division 4 POM is St. Francis. Next, we move to the Western region in Division 4 POM. 3 teams placing. And in third place, it's St. Croix Central. Second place goes to Ellsworth. And your Western Regional champion in Division 4 POM is Prescott. Next, we move on to the Division 3 POM divisions in the various regions, starting with the virtual region. 2 teams placing. In second place, it's Lakeland Union. And in first place in the virtual regional D3 POM goes to Rice Lake. Moving on to the central region, D3 POM, 3 teams placing. And in third place, it's Onalaska. Second place goes to Mosinee. And your central regional champion in Division 3 POM is Omaha. On we go to the Eastern Regional in D3 POM, 5 teams going on to state. And in fifth place, it's New London. Fourth place goes to Notre Dame Academy. In third place, it's Seymour. Second place goes to Port Washington. And your Eastern Regional champion in Division 3 POM is Freedom. Next, we move to the Southern Regional in D3 POM, 5 teams placing. And we have a tie between Cudahy and Pius XI. Third place, Southern Regional D3 POM goes to New Berlin West. Second place goes to Whitnall. And earning the Southern Regional champion in D3 POM, it's New Berlin Eisenhower. Next, we move to the Western Regional D3 POM. And first place goes to New Richmond. Next, we go to Division 2 POM, starting with that virtual region. 3 teams placing. And in third place, it's Menominee. Second place goes to Union Grove. And your virtual regional champion in D2 POM is Burlington. On we go to the Central Regional in Division 2 POM, 3 teams placing. And in third place, it's La Crosse Central. Second place goes to DeForest. And your Central Regional champion, in Division 2 POM is Holman. On we go to the Eastern Regional in Division 2 POM. 5 teams placing. Both 5th and 4th places in this division were earned via the new wildcard system that Sue mentioned a moment ago. And in 5th place, it's Hortonville. 4th place goes to West Bend West. In 3rd place, it's West De Pere. 2nd place in the Eastern Regional Division 2 POM, it's Ashwaubenon. And your Eastern Regional Champion in Division 2 POM is Kaukauna. On we go to the Southern Regional in Division 2 POM. 6 teams placing. And in 6th place, it's Waukesha South. 5th place goes to Waukesha North. 4th place goes to South Milwaukee. 3rd place in Division 2 POM in the Southern Regional goes to Wauwatosa West. 2nd place in D2 POM is Westosha Central. And in 1st place in the Southern Regional Division 2 POM is Menominee Falls. All of those W teams both love it and hate it when I draw out those W's. They tell me personally. If we're going to continue whatever traditions we can, I feel we have to get it where we can get it. We move on to Division 1 POM. Excuse me. Virtual Regional first. 3 teams placing. And in 3rd place, it's Wisconsin Rapids. Excuse me, 2nd place goes to Muskego. And your virtual regional champion in Division 1 POM is Brookfield East. We move next to the Central Region in Division 1 POM. And 1st place goes to DC Everest. Next, we move to the Eastern Regional Division 1 POM. 3 teams placing. And in 3rd place, it's Oshkosh West. 2nd place goes to Manitowoc Lincoln. And earning the Eastern Regional Championship in Division 1 POM, it's Bayport. On we go to Division 1 POM in the Southern Regional. 4 teams placing. And in 4th place, it's Germantown. 3rd place goes to Hamilton. 2nd place in Division 1 POM goes to Oak Creek. And earning the Southern Regional Championship in Division 1 POM, it's Franklin. Next, we move to the Western Regional Division 1 POM. 2 teams placing. And in 2nd place, it's Eau Claire Memorial. And your Western Regional Champion in Division 1 POM is Claire North. That concludes the POM divisions. We move on next to our hip hop divisions. We will start with Division 1 hip hop in our virtual region. And 1st place in that division goes to Muskego. Next, we move to our Central Region, and earning the Central Region Division 1 Championship in D1 Hip Hop, it's Waunakee. Moving on to the Eastern Regional now in D1 Hip Hop. 3rd place goes to Pulaski. Second place goes to De Pere. And earning the Eastern Regional Championship in Division 1 Hip Hop, it's Sheboygan North. On we go to the Southern Regional in D1 Hip Hop. In fourth place and earning a wild card spot is Watertown. Third place goes to Hamilton. In second place in Division 1 Hip Hop in the Southern Regional is Waukesha North. And your Southern Regional champion in D1 Hip Hop is Wauwatosa West. Next, we move to the Western Regional in D1 Hip Hop, 2 teams placing. And in second place, it's Eau Claire Memorial. And your Western Regional champion in Division 1 Hip Hop is River Falls. Next, we move to Division 2 Hip Hop. Once again, starting with that virtual region, 2 teams placing. And in second place, it's Burlington. And your virtual regional champion in Division 2 Hip Hop is Osceola. Next, we go to the Central Region, D2 Hip Hop, 3 teams placing. And third place goes to La Crosse Logan. Second place goes to Merrill. And earning your Central Regional champion in Division 2 Hip Hop, it's Mosinee. Next to the Eastern Regional, D2 Hip Hop, 3 teams placing. And in third place, it's Waupun. Second place goes to Grafton. And earning your Eastern Regional D2 Hip Hop Championship, it's New London. On we go to the Southern Regional. Fourth place, 4 teams placing, excuse me, and fourth place is Catholic Memorial. Third place goes to New Berlin West. Second place in Southern D2 Hip Hop goes to Whitnall. And your Southern Regional champion in Division 2 Hip Hop is St. Francis. Next, we go to the Western Regional in D2 Hip Hop. And your champion in that division is Somerset. D3 Hip Hop up next. In the virtual region, your champion is Cumberland. Central Regional results now, 3 teams placing, and in third place, it's Amherst. Second place goes to Mondovi. And your Central Regional champion in Division 3 Hip Hop is Gail Edgelow. Eastern Regional results now in D3 Hip Hop, 3 teams placing. And in third place, it's New Holstein. Second place goes to Campbellsport. And earning the Eastern Regional Championship in D3 Hip Hop, it's Sheboygan Falls. Southern Regional results now in D3 Hip Hop. And your champion in that division is Kenosha St. Joseph's. Western Regionals D3 hip hop results. And the champion in that division is Phillips. Next, we will move to our kick divisions, starting in D1 and starting in the virtual regional. And your champion in that division is Green Bay Preble. Next, we move to the Eastern Regional. 3 teams placing. D1 kick. Third place goes to Oshkosh West. Second place goes to Bayport. And earning the Eastern Regional Division 1 kick champ is Kaukauna. We move next to the Southern Regional results in Division 1 kick. Third place goes to Mukwonago. In second place, Division 1 kick, it's West Allis, Nathan Hale. And earning the Southern Regional Championship in Division 1 kick, it's Watertown. Next, we go to the Western Regional Division 1 kick, and your champion in that division is Hudson. Division 2 kick now, starting with the virtual regional. 2 teams placing, and in second place, it's Menominee. And earning the virtual regional championship in Division 2 kick, it's Evansville. Central Regional now. Division 2 kick, your champion in that division is DeForest. Next, we move to the Eastern Regional. 5 teams placing. Earning 5th place via a wild card spot is West De Pere. 4th place, and also earning a spot via wild card, is West Bend East. 3rd place goes to Freedom. 2nd place in the Eastern Regional D2 kick is Ashwaubenon. And your Eastern Regional champion in Division 2 kick is Little Chute. Next, we move to our Western Regional. In D2 kick, 2 teams placing. And in second place, it's Somerset. And your Western Regional champion in Division 2 kick is New Richmond. We move next to Division 3 kick, starting with the virtual region. 1st place goes to Lakeside Lutheran. Central Region D3 kick, your champion there is River Ridge. On to the Eastern Regional and Division 3 kick, 3 teams placing. And in 3rd place, it's Chilton. 2nd place goes to Kiel. And your Eastern Regional champion in Division 3 kick is Laconia. On we go to the Southern Regional in D3 kick. 2 teams placing. And in 2nd place, it's Lake Country Lutheran. And your Southern Regional champion in Division 3 kick is Racine St. Catharines. Next, we move to the Western Regional D3 kick. Your champion there is Cameron. We move now to our Jazz divisions. We start in Division 1 with the virtual state. 2 teams placing. And in second place, it's Wisconsin Rapids. And your virtual regional champion in Division 1 Jazz is Brookfield East. Moving to the Central region, D1 Jazz, 2 teams placing. And in second place, it's Holman. And your Central Regional champion in D1 Jazz is DC Everest. Next, we move to the Eastern Regional. 2 teams placing in D1 Jazz out of the Eastern Regional, and in second place, it's Hartford Union. And earning the Eastern Regional Championship in D1 Jazz, it's West Bend West. Southern Regional results now for D1 Jazz. 5 teams placing. And in 5th place, it's Homestead. 4th place goes to Germantown. Earning 3rd place, it's Oak Creek. 2nd place in the Southern Regional Division 2 Jazz division is Menominee Falls. And your Southern Regional champion in Division 1 Jazz is Franklin. Next, we move to the Western Regional in D1 Jazz. 3 teams placing. And in 3rd place, it's River Falls. 2nd place goes to Eau Claire North. And your Western Regional champion in D1 Jazz is Hudson. Division 2 Jazz results now. Starting with the virtual region, 3 teams placing. And in 3rd place, it's Rice Lake. 2nd place goes to Evansville. And your virtual regional champion in Division 2 Jazz is Lakeland Union. Central Regional results now in Division 2 Jazz, 3 teams placing. And in 3rd place, it's Stoughton. 2nd place goes to Onalaska. And earning the Central Regional Championship in Division 2 Jazz, it's Toma. Next, we go to the Eastern Regional Division 2 Jazz. Earning 3rd place, it's Notre Dame Academy. 2nd place goes to Seymour. And your Eastern Regional champion in Division 2 Jazz is Port Washington. Next, we go to the Southern Regional. 3 teams placing in Division 2 Jazz. And in 3rd place, it's West Allis Central. 2nd place goes to Pewaukee. And your Southern Regional champion in Division 2 Jazz is New Berlin Eisenhower. Next, we move to the Western Regional. In Division II Jazz, your champion there is Ellsworth. Next, we move to our Jazz divisions in D3, starting with the virtual region, 2 teams placing. And in second place, it's Palmyra Eagle. And your champion in the virtual region in Division 3 is Lakeside Lutheran. Next to the Central Regional in D3 Jazz, 2 teams placing. And in second place, it's Edgewood. And your Central Regional champion in D3 Jazz is Aquinas. Next, we go to the Eastern Regional, Division 3 Jazz, 3 teams placing. And in third place, it's Wrightstown. Second place goes to Kiel. And your Eastern Regional champion in Division 3 Jazz is Oconto Falls. Next, we move to the Southern Regional, D3 Jazz, where your champion is St. Augustine Prep. Western Regional results for Division 3 Jazz, 4 teams placing. And in fourth place, it's Northwestern. Third place goes to Spring Valley. Second place, D3 Jazz in the Western Regional goes to St. Croix Central. And your champion in the Western Regional in Division 3 Jazz is Prescott. Sue, do you want to rejoin me here for some closing remarks? Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the awards portion of the program. I welcome back to the stream for the continuation of the Variety Hour. Kidding aside, Sue Putra.
Sorry that some of you weren't able to view the slides. I was told that maybe you have to copy the entire link and paste the whole address in, but whatever, I'm not sure about that, but we'll troubleshoot and we'll try to get those posted for you. I'm very sorry about that. Technology is what it is. And I'm sorry that some of you had difficulty with the audio. We did mute during the slides. So as I was monitoring the chat or reading, and I do appreciate your positive comments. Certainly this has been difficult and technology is not always my friend. Maybe it's yours, but not always mine. Once again, I want to congratulate all the winners and thank you for a really a fine display of sportsmanship yesterday. Everything I saw was absolutely positive on behalf of teams and of the hosts that were hosting. The host schools, I've heard nothing but positive remarks. So thank you, Sparta. Thank you, Hudson. Thank you, Kakana. And thank you, Tosa West. We really do appreciate the fact that you made your school available to us in these times of pandemic. So with that being said, we are going to make sure that well, I'm going to try to make sure that the videos are available on the live stream for you to check out your video. I have been told that I thought they were going to be there. I also know that if you missed buying yours yesterday, that the ticketing is supposed to be up until 2:30 today. So stay posted. We'll keep pushing out information via social media and also on Facebook as soon as we get it. So thank you. And please enjoy the rest of your Sunday. It's a beautiful day. Bye.